Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Max Farrow. We'll be starting here in about 1 minute. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is where we're broadcasting out today. We're alleviating the stress of doing it on Facebook just for a minute to kind of see what the results would be here on YouTube as we do a live stream and work on trading. We're going to be trading in a fashion of using the 5-minute and 1 hour trading platforms over on DexFX Markets. Hi, I'm Max Farrow. This is DexFXMarkets.com, and this is our setup for right now. On our left-hand screen, we have our DexFX Signals, and on the right, we have our Nadex Open platform. It might be a little hard for you to be able to see them, and at certain times, I might be able to enlarge the screens so you can see exactly what's going on, but then I'll show results at the process. I'll be talking mostly through this solution. Word of warning, try not to trade with me with the process, okay? If you're watching this and you see this and you try to use what I'm telling you as a signal to try to get into a trade, don't. Unless you've got the experience to be able to handle that process. These are for used on Nadex, the North American Derivative Exchange. I will show you things later during the what we call the in-betweens of trades, how well things are going, different sources that you can use to make money with our system and our programs. But this is mostly about the intent of trading. Excuse my gaming rig headset and my wild hair. It's been a long morning putting things together. We have a lot of stuff releasing, a lot of things going on. So let's get started right away. I'm going to jump in on the left screen here. Let me see if I get that right. If I do that, does that switch that screen? It sure does. I was on the right screen. Love and life. Okay, here we go. All right, so these are our daily signals. We're going to jump over to our 1 hour trades. It's right at the top of the hour, so we can actually hit our 1 or 2 hour trade systems. On our 1 hour trade, it looks like we have three signals that fired off at the top of the hour. It's right about 8 minutes after the hour. So I'm going to see if we can possibly get into any of these over on our Nadex platform as well. So let's see what we got to do here. I want to try to get rid of some of these other windows that I have open just so I can navigate back and forth with ease. Don't need that open at the moment. Cleaning house, getting ready. Close that down. Because you don't see some of the things that I see on the site here. Because I have some of the things blocked, but I have a lot of windows open, so I'm trying to get it to where when I trade I have just a couple windows open so I can go back and forth. All right, so let's look at the USD CAD, which is sitting at 84%, Euro JPY sitting about 87, Audi JPY sitting about, I don't know. Let's see on the daily. Audi JPY hasn't traded really much today, so I don't have much, but 83%. So I'm going to go with the Euro JPY. Look at that one first. And we're looking at a sell at 117.51. We're going to 4X on the right-hand side, you see there, Euro JPY. And that was 117.51 on the sell. We're looking for the, well, I better do a refresh on my screen, which is all the way down there. There we go. I'm going to do 4X binaries again. Euro JPY. Let's try that again. Euro JPY. And we're looking for the 12 to 1. And it's 117.51 on the sell. Well, 51 isn't there, but we have 57. Now, they're about 10 pips. I guess a lot of volatility happening. Not a lot of... that's pretty far, right? So I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get bought into that one, even if I were to put one trade on, and we do it for about 25 for the sell side to try to get about $25 worth of profit. But let me go over and look at the charting system because we can use that. Now that's sitting at a rate of about 84%, 85% success rate, 87 I think it was, 87%. Let's go down and scroll down and look to see what does the Euro JPY do over the last month in this time slot. This is where the data comes in. It's tremendous. Euro JPY sitting at what time is it? So we're looking at the 1 o'clock expiry, which is 1300. That's 1, 2, 3, fourth down. 1300 fourth. It's sitting at 100%. So if it does get bought, if I'm able to get that bought over here on the right hand side, I'm going to change this and just put 2 in there, just like that, because it's sitting at 100%. So if it does get picked up, I got a good opportunity for that to win in this time slot. So that's setting the market value of trading manually at this level. But let's go look to see if we can choke into it, see if we can get into a price that's almost immediately. I'm going to go to our charts. If you see on the left hand side, we're going over to our charts, right on the same tabs as our 1 hour signals. And what we're looking for, you see these green lines and darker green lines that are on the left hand side. You'll see that there is what we refer to as support and resistance areas. Now these are very strong support and resistance. What I'm looking for is dynamic of the moment. The last 10, 15, 20 bars that we're on this chart with. Now we're on a 5-minute chart for the Euro JPY. We have a 50 SMA, simple moving average moving. And what we're looking for is that this curl down is happening. Here's the signal. Now what we're looking to do is to find where is the level at, right? So we got a double bottom here. So this could be considered a level because it touches here, here, and here. And this is good. In fact, I should probably make a scene to where you could see the chart view a little bit stronger. I might have to do that because when we're on this screen, it's a little bit harder. In fact, if you'd like to bear with me for like 10 seconds, I could actually do that. Here's the My Results page. Let's duplicate that. Charting, call that charting. And we shift it up here. Let me delete that. Okay, and then do this. Just bear with me. This is a new stream. We're putting things out there, and we kind of had to put this all together. There it is. Add source. There it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do, move this down just a little bit. What I'm going to do is choke that in just a little so you can see it better. There we go. Done. Okay, let's see if I can now put that there. Put behind everything else. And now you got a bigger view of the system there. Hopefully you can see that better. That's pretty cool. All right, so that's much better. So when I use this screen, you can kind of see it. You can see my mouse now running on the screen here. So thanks for your patience on that. I appreciate that. This is a live stream. We're looking now that at this level, where are we sitting at? Right about there. Because look how many times it touches. It touches here. It touches, let's do that here. It touches right here. It touches right here. And it kind of stays within this level. So we could actually stay at that level, which is 117.40.42 on Nadex. So 117.47 could be a possibility. But again, doesn't have a lot of money at it. It's not at the level we want. We wanted it at 40, which would have been pretty good to be at because I think that would have given us a good number. So I don't see us getting into that. But now let's run back over and excuse me. Look at the charts again. I'm going to expand this out just a little bit. Look at the trading side of it again as we go in. Give me 1 second. So let's look at the 1 hour. Let's look at the, now all these are JPY, so we got to be a little bit careful. Audi JPY, let's look at the sell 71.89. We're going to jump over to the right hand side. Excuse me. 1 p.m. 71.89 on the sell. 71.89. There's 88. Now, what is the price of 1 pip, right? What is the price of 1 pip? And that's a great question. The idea of coming in 1 pip to drop your level down 1 pip might be, you know, this already has the 2 pips added to it, so you're looking for 89 on Nadex, but it's at 88. That 1 pip could be the win and loss. So it will mess with the success rate, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on because it does have a good feeling for that. It does have a good success rate. If we come down again and look at the Audi JPY during this time slot, for the monthly statistics, sitting at the top level, 1300 has a 100% success rate, so it does have that availability. And in fact, because I'm coming down in the 1 pip and I've altered it, I'm only leaving it at 1 contract. So now I got 3 contracts on, about a reserve of $228. I got $24,000 in this account. Utilizing that mentality, I feel good that I could put more trades on. That's okay. I could put more trades on. I'm not at my 10% of my balance that I want to be at. Never want to be at more than on that. So I still got room. Okay. So let's go see if we can find some more room by looking. Not so much. I don't like too many JPYs on. If the JPY takes a spike, we're losing all trades, right? But let's take over and go look at the chart. We're going to pull the charts up here, as you see here, and we're going to kind of go down through the method of how we manually trade the charts as well, which is pretty cool. We're going to go to the Audi USD, and we're just going to come down the list here. And what we're looking for is support of getting into a trade. We're looking for an SMA in the direction with an arrow in the direction. So this arrow is going against the SMA, so we're not looking at the Audi JPY at this hour. This is sitting okay, but it's sitting flat. So when we have it flat, we're looking for a little bit more gap to look at here. So 71.80, this is the Audi JPY that we're at. Remember, that's 79. What did we get in on that one? We got it's 88 that we're at, but we wanted to kind of be 85 possibly. 88, 85 could be. We're down the bottom here since it's pierced this area. Because it's still very close to this area, I don't think this is a good trade to kind of get into at this unless it's dropped down a little bit further. And we had a little bit more curl here to this SMA. So let's go to the Euro Great Britain pound. Lots of movement and too choppy. Euro JPY. We're into this trade to a degree, but we could tighten it at that 117.41 that we were talking about. Euro USD. Again, trade going against the SMA, or signal going against the SMA. I'm not going to look at the JPY Great Britain pound because it's another JPY, but again, there is a sell signal against the grain. USD CAD on the buy pattern here, but pushing around a little bit too much. USD CHF. This could be, oh no, because that's from the last previous hour. If we had another signal over there, that would have been cool. And the USD JPY. All right, so we're basically out of line with that solutions. This is pretty good here. If we look at the USD JPY at 107.26 area, I mean, if we came all the way up to where the signal was, we have a good relationship. But I think that if we stay at that 107.27, let's see if there's anything available on Nadex for that. USD JPY 107.27, 1 o'clock. There's 28, which seems pretty good, but no money on it. It's only got $8.75 on this sell. So it's not something I'm looking to put a working order to encapsulate. If it was out there right now, I'd probably been able to look at that. But let's look at the chart one more time. I'm not really seeing anything that I can get to at that level. Let's go back to the trading screen. We haven't gotten into anything yet there. I think the next thing that I could look at is probably doing some 5-minute trading, but let me go look at news to see if we have anything on it at the moment. And firing off. Go to my news tab. And it's in right around noon, so there's nothing firing off around me. So I possibly could, therefore I think I shall, look at some 5-minute trades. Now, there's no 5-minute signal that fired off for this time, but we're going to jump over to the charts. And let's see if we have done this correctly. If we go to charting, there it is. Our 5-minute trading system, pretty cool for charting. There we go. Audi USD has a buy signal but a sell parameter. Euro JPY on the sell but no signal. Euro USD with a buy, with a sell. Again, see, it's very easy. It's just like 1, 2, 3. Here's a, we just got no, again, a sell side, but no signal. Great Britain pound. A tiny bit of a sell pattern happening here after some major channeling that's been going on for some time, but I'm not looking to probably mess with that until it's consistent. A buy pattern with some sell negation. And the USD, this might be a contender, but I would have to look not at support, it's at the SMA, because it looks like it's kind of gravitating to kind of level this out. I would probably stay up here at 107.24, but I don't think we're going to get into anything with that many pips away. But let's go over to Nadex and have a look. Let me go back to our trading screen here, and we'll be on the right hand side of that Nadex screen. We're going to drop down to the 5-minute binaries. Now, this might be a little bit too far out. 107.24 is what we're trying to be at, but yeah, that's a little bit too close. 107.21, it's just sitting underneath. And if I look back, if you look on the left hand side, 107.21 would be here at 19. It's sitting way too close to that, and there's no real support in that. I would want to be at about 22 or 23 on the site, so no go. We only got about a minute and a half in that trade left anyway, and I'm not looking to push a trade. So we'll wait a couple seconds here. Now, while we're doing this, in learning how to trade any of these processes, you begin to question some of your solutions. You know, you're looking for learning how to trade. You're learning how to make things. We have a network that we do with Forex that we call the DexBot and the StepBot systems. This is the StepBot system. This is the solution that you see on the left-hand side, a system that fires off automatically throughout the day through our main huge server, and it's an AI and deep learning, and we utilize that system to teach people how to trade by following and copying signals. Your portfolio is filled for, basically you attach your portfolio to the automatic trading system, and it copies our trades that we make in our portfolio into yours, depending on the level and all that kind of good stuff, right? On the right-hand side, you'll see this is the Dex, the My Effects book solution there that has all of the data that, if I go over to the StepBot, you'll be able to see some of that. The relationship with the StepBot is it's slow moving. You make some trades, it makes some trades, you copies over to your system. We use our friends over at Social Trader Tools to copy the systems over, and you get people who make decent money. Like Will is making decent money on this process. It's a little choppy in the growth, right? But that's okay. Because this is his balance on his account, not the StepBot inclusion. What we have done for him since the beginning of the week is back here. He's made some manual trades, so he's got an up and down solution here, and he's put some money in. Here, let me go back one screen here. You can kind of see so far this week he's made $228, and it's only Wednesday. He's doing about 100 something bucks a day. Real close to $100 a day, so he's not doing too bad. The system is in news avoidance at the moment because there's some heavy news with the NFP coming for that solution. So all Will did is he put his money into an account and then turned it and attached it to it, put on some pairs that he wanted to use with it, and makes his money. So that's what it comes down to. Let's get back over to trading on Nadex again. We're going to now look, it's another 5 minutes that's just popped up. Let's go see if there's any signals that have fired off. You see on the left-hand side, you'll see no signals have fired off for this time. But let's go down to the charts again. We're going to go to the Audi USD this time. It's got a buy on a sell. Let me turn on the charting here so you can see a little bit better. Euro JPY, no signal. Euro USD. Now remember, this is on the 5 minutes, so it's not that it takes a lot of time. Great Britain Pound, nothing. Great Britain Pound USD, still sitting kind of flat unless I get something really positive happening. USD CAD coming back up. We got the negation here, which we would love to get into a buy signal that would be right up about here in the next 5 minutes. In the next segment of 5 minutes would be awesome. And here's where that this expired out, still down at 21. It would have won on that 21 level, been pretty close, but now we're looking probably to revert, slow it down, and it's probably going to end up coming back around. This has been a long trend that's been happening since the let's see, since many minutes ago, a couple hours worth of data there. So there we go. All right. So now we're just sort of waiting again another 5 minutes since nothing fired off at that level. We could have looked at 2 hour signals as well, and we're still not doing too bad. We could probably let's do that. Let's jump over and look at our 2 hour signals. We got a couple JPYs which we're already in. USD CAD on the buy, 32.44. Let's go over to Nadex and see what we have available for that. All right. Let me switch the stream back over to the trading. There we go. I could possibly do another one for, let's do that. Let's duplicate that, and we'll call this Nadex Big. And okie, and give me 1 second here as we grab on the fly here. Here we go. All right. So we're able to see it a little bit bigger. I'm going to kind of chuck this behind everything here. There we go. So there's the Nadex system. Now let's get in there and see if we can do some trading. USD CAD on the buy for 32.44. Let's have a look at that. But what we're going to do is we got to find binary USD CAD, and we're looking for a 2 hour trade, which is the 12 to 2. And that was 32.44 on the buy. 32.44. Now, it's moved so much this morning that it's pushed it out. So there's no trade available, no statement available, even though the signal. Now, we use our processes to be two different things. So the signal system uses spot forex, and this program uses the indicative price for the network. So it follows that forex, but it's not trying to connect directly to Nadex to say what statements are available. We do have programs that automated trade, which we'll show you here in just a little bit as well, which is pretty cool. We might be able to get into this Audi JPY if it kind of pulls back a little bit, but I don't think it's going to. If it starts to increase a little bit more, it gets about the 85, 80, 71.85, it might be able to pick up. But let's look at the Great Britain Pound USD, 22.73 on the buy. I get a little worried about this because see where the quote pair is USD, and this is USD. Let's look at the charts here and see if we can find something why it's doing what it's doing. Great Britain Pound USD is very choppy. It has this nice big channel that it's sitting in, 23.12 to 22.21. It's about 80 pips channel that it's been kind of playing in for a little while. I kind of want to avoid that, right? Because if I'm looking at anything strong, it's going to be at this support level right here, 22.86 on the buy. So that could continue. Let's see, Great Britain Pound USD, 12.2, and we're looking at 22.87. There's 22.84. I feel comfortable doing it, but it doesn't have very much money on it. It only has about $10.75. If we were to do it, I want to be about $28. And I think I'll go ahead and do that, put that down as a working order if it can get bought from that solution. All right, now what success rates are those at that level? I'm not really sure. 2273 is where the success rate is for this one, and what is that doing at this level? Last Great Britain pound sitting at 89. It lost its last one, so it's only 89% at the 2 hour. At this time expiry, over the monthly, Great Britain pound USD at the 1400 level is it at 100%, but I'm not using the signal price. I'm choked it up coming into the solution, so I don't have a direct amount of results of that data that's there. So it is what it is. All right, another 5 minutes to come up. I'm going to shoot back over to the 5-minute system here to see if there's any main signal. There were 2 main signals, Euro JPY on the sell at 117.41. Let's jump over to that. Let's see if we can still sneak in. I don't know if we can still sneak in. It's still a little too late. Euro JPY, 117.41. There's 43. That would be good. I'm going to put 1 down. We're going to put $25, and we're going to place order. Now, I don't think we're going to get bought at this level if it doesn't come up. That's 7 pips because it is 5 pip difference in between, so it still need to come up pretty strong. Where we could be at 37, let's look at charts to see if we can entertain 37. No, I'd still like to be 38, even 39 in that area. Yeah, 38. That would be tough. That would be really pushing it from that center. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not prepared to do that. I like the working order that's on. And remember, we're looking for perfection here. We're not looking to get in to just get anything. This is actually a pretty good trade. This is a golden trade. Remember, finding the TNT system is trend negation trade. And we also have a glycerin package that you can use to say that every one of these signals can be utilized in one form or another on the high or the low. Okay. Don't think we're going to get into either one of those, but we'll see if it fires off. Where are we at on our screen here? All right, good. Let's look back over at trading again. The Euro USD on the sell as well, 0952. Let's look at the chart for that one. Not that we can get in anything now, but just so you get the feeling of it. This was possible, because we're looking at the last 5-10 bars, a possible solution in there. Good. All right, we're at the top. Let's see. All right, here we go. We can hear the tone going off in my ears here. Great Britain pound USD on the sell, 2307. We're going to do that. Kind of have a look at that, 2307. There's 2307 there. We're going to hit that one and just put it on as a working order. And 25 and place order. We're also going to look at the chart to see if there's a possibility of creeping that up some. But again, it has a little bit tiny of a drawdown at that point. 2304, which should be 2306 on the site. Actually, no, we've added the 2 pips in it. That's right. So 2304 would, 2305 would be the one to really look at. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to do that one, and we're going to do 25. I'm going to place the order, but I'm going to remove this 2307. So in case we get a jump, we don't blow through both of them. 2305 on the mark is increasing a little bit. I'm not looking to push 2303 because that's right at the money, and there's no, because it's still sitting so straight. I would really like to have a stronger push here, but we've been in this channel for a while. I feel it's going to be collapsing. It should be returning back down around in this area. So let's get back up to charting so you can kind of see that, what I'm referring to. There we go. At 2304, which would be 2306. Okay, it looks like we got into the Great Britain pound. Let me pull that up there so you can see. It looks like we got into it. So this is good news. We're into a trade. I said I wanted to be able to do 1 trade per stream at least. It looks like it came up, it bought it, and then pissed off. It like took off down, which is awesome. That's exactly what we wanted to do. That's why we hit those regions in there. Luckily, we came down to that 2305. So we're looking pretty. We're looking pretty. We're going to make our first hit of our 25 bucks, possibly. We got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds from that solution. Now, if you're in looking at trading as a way of life, it takes these moments. It takes these moments to make that split decision right at that second to follow through the process. Now look, we're 8-9 pips in to this. Yeah. So I'm liking this. This is the way that the market tends to. If you go back to this charting view here, you can kind of see where we made that decision to kind of creep down just a little bit to grab at these levels because we're at that channel. It's pierced down through the channel now. It might come back up to bite us a little bit, but get close. But we shall see. I'll bring it back over to the Nadex screen. We're sitting at 22.97 on the Great Britain Pound USD, where we have the market 23.05. I'm liking our buffer here. We got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left to make our first 25 bucks. Now, if you think 25 bucks is not a lot of money, you know what? What you're looking for at all times is that consistency, right? If you're patient and you're disciplined, you'll find the consistency where then you can add the volume to make your goal. So P plus D equals C, and C plus V equals G. Make sense? So patience plus discipline equals consistency. Consistency plus volume equals your goal. Now, what volume do you add? More trades? No, not more trades. Less trades. In fact, more contracts, less trades. This should be easy. A $200 win for us, $250 win for us if we were trading at the levels that we really be trading. But I'm not here to kind of show you big ball stuff, right? I could go in and this account, I could have put 10 contracts on there and not have a worry about it, even if it did lose. But that's not what this is about. This is truly about creating a consistent pattern in there so you could see that and then be able to utilize that. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, big win, $25, 23 after fees. But again, adding that volume, that's what we're really looking for. All right, let's go back over. Let's see if we can do one more, and then we'll call it at the top of the hour. I don't think there's other trades you're going to get bought in. We have a Great Britain Pound USD sell at 23.06. Let's see if there's anything available. 23.01, 23.03. Because of that market's moving so fast, let me take you back over to the charting screen. We're really sitting back down at that level, but now we got a top. So 22.99, 22.97, so 99, right at that level. 22.99 at that level. This is a great possibility because we got some good movement on this system now. I'm gonna hit place order. It didn't pick right up. crapo. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. We didn't get it. It had it at market order and it didn't place. It was just so choppy, just moving all over the place. Crap. That was a great opportunity. We could have had that for like 30 something bucks a spot, sitting at 3. Oh, there it is. It got picked up. So it's sitting at 25. So not too bad. Let me take you back over to the screen where charting is. All right, there we are. We're on that screen for charting. We can kind of see now that after we get this choppy feel and we get this momentum starting to happen, these lower highs and lower lows start to formulate. We came back up here at 23.99 area because we knew that's a pretty good resistance area, and now it's starting to fall really down into that level. This is a huge win for us, being able to wait exactly for that solution. Oh, wrong screen. I looked at my wrong screen. I was like, where's the money? Sitting at that level. So that's not too bad. Sitting at that $45, that's about that's about a little more than half, about 70% of our solution here of that 75 that we're going to win at this point. We're only 5 pips in to that process, almost 6 pips now. So we're going to be patient. We're going to wait for, we did our patience. We waited for the proper signal to come up. We waited for that level. We found it, and boom, we're on. So now we're about 7 pips in. I feel very comfortable. I'm going to stay. That does look pretty, but I'm not going to move, because even if we do lose, okay, even if we do lose that process, I'm okay with it because I know that it only takes a handful of trades to get back at it. 7 pips in. Minute 50 seconds. Oh, here, let me get you over to that screen so you can see that, see the wonderful money that's on that from that solution. There you go. See, now we're sitting at about $51. So you know, you kind of look at we're 9 pips down from that. For it to travel that far during this time, it could travel down, it could travel back up, but I don't think it's going to, because we're really patient at that level. You know, I think it's going to just hover there for a little bit, and we'll sit back and patiently wait. This is the part where you've made a decision, you've tested the market, you're in for one or two trades, and then you're getting a feeling of the market. So if you when you always start, you know, be reserved. You know, don't go in, you know, oh, let me hit 10 contracts. Stay within your incremental crawl. Stay within your solution. You don't know what the incremental crawl is? Well, with your balance is $750. If you're risking $75 to make 25, you always keep about 10%. You never trade more than 10% of your account balance. Some people say 5, some people say 2, but in Nadex it's about 10%. And so if I'm trading at a risk of $75, I want to have $750 in there. Well, there's $24,471 in this account. So I could have traded 10 contracts, 20 contracts at that point. But what I wanted to be able to do is save enough room for in there and feel like with that amount of balance, I'm not losing. If I lose, now granted, if I lose this trade, that's $225, right? But it's sitting at $22.88 right now. We're 11 pips into the win here. So unless there's catastrophic failure in the next 5 seconds, we just put on a bundle, right? We just made 75 bucks from that. So that's my time. I'm done with everything else. Even if something else picks up, I don't see anything else moving around enough. The Great Britain pound. The Great Britain pound USD might manipulate around, but what I'm going to do now is that I've made my money. I'm deleting all my orders that are in here now. This is the end of my day. I'm removing the orders, delete my order, and delete my order, because in my 5-minute systems I've made my money. I've made about $100, which is pretty cool. Let me pull that information in. Just give me a minute. In fact, let me put on this screen here just for a second, and while I get everything over to my Nadex screen, get my account pulled up. There we go. Not bad. That was actually pretty good. 10:55. It was PM, 11 PM. Oh, here we go. Okay. Dooby-dooby-doo. There's that. In fact, let me do this. Let me pull back in here, and so you can see the Nadex side of it, and you can see what I'm doing here, because that's important for you to be able to see this. You can't see the screen that I'm pulling off right now, but I went into my history to pull off my my system here. So I went into my history. Now you're seeing this is my auto trader that is trading for the last week, has been trading about 195 bucks in there. But here's my manual 5-minute trading. I'm putting this down here. I know it says minus 26 because I haven't put in the other information yet. Just give me a second as I bring that up. And then I copy and paste this is directly from Nadex, from the solution, from the history. And we show you how to do this because this is super easy to do, and it's really, really powerful, especially when you get it to start seeing what you're doing right. And look how easy this was. Look how easy this was to set up. $69. So that's $92 won in less than an hour, right? We started trading right around the top of the hour, 12 o'clock. In 44 minutes, made about 100 bucks, $92 after fees, right? So $92 after fees. So not bad. I'm calling that a success. I'm calling that a win. $92 in 42 minutes. So I don't know what else you could do with that kind of solution. But when I see the iron happening, when I see the process in front of you, you have to strike. But you got to be very careful. You got to really know how the market moves and how it responds. That setup was important. We could have had it at 33 bucks. That could have been even a bigger win for today, but we got it at the 25 because I knew that it was going to come back up to grab it. And it did, and we won. Do I need to trade the others? No, remember, I'm looking for what? Consistency. If I have to be patient and disciplined to make this consistency happen, then I simply have to add volume to what? Get to my goal. That's right. I'm Max Farrow. This has been a live stream system of how we work over at Dex Trader, Dex FX Markets. Everything's been combined to Dex FX Markets now, so keep that in mind as we move forward. But I got to tell you, this has been a wonderful system of getting things, I guess you could say, done, right? Getting the way things move. Let me do this. I'm going to try to make this thing happen here on the fly. See if I can do this. I'm going to do that. Plus. Add one more thing. Just give me 1 second here. Again, this is we're doing this on the fly here, and after I set this up, we might be able to just have this go so super easy now. But I like to have some of these effects done, and I'm doing them on the fly. I've just been learning this system. I love this company that this system that we're using. It just makes me feel happy that I can use it, and I'm lucky because I play video games as well. Let me turn that down some. Sorry. There's another signal firing, but I'm not looking to take any more signals at this point. Let me go ahead and do this. There we go. You can kind of see my big head now. I'm going to delete that, of course. There we go. All right. Well, I just wanted to take this last little moment to say thank you very much for being here and watching the live stream. The learning how to trade is never an easy thing, but it's not as difficult as most make it out to be. You don't have to make things super complicated to make them effective. Something as simple as seeing the margin, seeing what you needed to do, being able to add the volume to get to that money for the day. We got in for the one trade, won our 25 bucks. We got in for another one. We put 3 contracts on it. We made our $100 for the day, really close, 92 bucks. I could have stayed with those other trades, but you know what? Why? Why do we need to? I don't need to make more than $100 a day in certain respects. I mean, I make a lot more because I have bots and everything else that trade for me. I showed you a little bit about the step bot. I showed you a little bit about the Dex bot. In fact, I don't think I showed you the Dex bot. Let me go ahead and show you that real quick. The Dex bot is an actual indicator or expert advisor that we have that is doing very well. It takes some practice to be able to utilize, to put on. It has news avoid, it has the ability to avoid news and do that kind of stuff. So this is pretty powerful. It's made 5.49% so far this month. So it's done very well. 137 bucks. I am loving this new bot system that we have. It's doing very well with profit. It's trading a lot. Okay, it's got 137 trades in since September 20th. So that is a lot, but it's still it's very powerful. And you can, this is all open source. You can see all the, I'll have the stream URL inside the YouTube or YouTube description down below with that solution. Okay, so you can see exactly everything's open, right? When I say open source, I mean everything is open, so you can see everything's transparent, and that's important for you to know. These bots are all easy to use, and we have complete training on them inside. So remember one thing's for sure, is that we're here to help you find your idea of success. And we want to be able to do that by talking to you and figuring it out what you need to do. But you need to make the time to sit down and make sure that this stuff's going to work for you. And if you can't do that, that's okay. Trading's not for everybody. We have payment plans if you want bots. We got monthly fees and things that that you get so much from. There's so much in there. You might feel overwhelmed, but you also get with that consults from people like myself, real people. As you see, I'm a musician, I'm a martial artist, I play games, I spend time with my family. I'm you, all right? I'm just you in a different form, at one form or another. You might be a professional, I can put on a suit and tie and talk to any CEO in the world. So I don't have a problem with any of that. My brother Brian and I really pride ourselves. Christoph, our other partner, and Amy, we are all here for you. We have people that have been with us for more than 5, 6 years. You don't get that kind of longevity just by being some fly-by-night company. So if you're watching this, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn how to do what I just did, then sign up with DexFXMarkets.com. I don't even need to put a link there. It's DexFXMarkets.com. There will be a link down below, though, that you can click onto. Tell them Max sent you. Tell them you've seen it on the YouTube. We'll give you a little discount code to get in there and see that on our YouTube live channel. Okay? I'm Max Farrow, and this is DexFX Markets. I look forward to seeing you inside, and as always, trade well.